Ladies and gentlemen, isn't this a great gathering here in a great place?
Yes.
Where else should we be to embark on such an auspicious journey but here at Courthouse Square with Courthouse players? We want to thank you for coming out today, and on behalf of the 30,300 plus signatories to a petition that respectfully requests of our Metro Council to place a referendum on the ballot for May 1 to approve a mass transit improvement program as introduced by our next speaker, none other than the greatest mayor in the greatest country on the greatest planet in the solar system, Megan Barry.
Thank you, Walter. Wow. Well, Walter, you just made my day, so thank you. It is a pleasure to stand up here, and Walter, I have to thank you for that kind introduction, and of course for your leadership, and that's been critical to get us here. I'm very excited about this announcement, and I've got a whole group of wonderful people standing with me today. One who is right next to me. It hasn't blown away yet. I see you guys all looking, but now I gotta look around. Council Lady Kathleen Murphy is here with us. I'm very excited. Also, all of the members of the Transit for Nashville Coalition. I've said many times, and I'm gonna say it one more time, addressing our growing traffic problem in Nashville is our most important thing that we must do. It is a problem that affects us all. It's a problem that's affecting our quality of life. And I have to tell you that the traffic that you experienced this morning is the best traffic day you're going to see. Now, let that sink in. It's the best traffic day you're going to see because tomorrow it's going to be worse. And the day after it's going to be worse. And then it's going to be worse the day after that. So we have to get behind this. We're expecting another 1 million people into our region in 25 years. And I know that if we don't get this right, it's going to hurt a lot of what we love about Nashville. It's going to hurt our economy. We've got to create more transportation options for everybody so that folks can get around our city. They can get to health care, they can get to education, they can get to jobs, and they can be successful. Transit, transit, transit. That is what you hear me say all the time. And in fact, I work it in now into every speech. So it's actually really lovely to just talk about transit today. Over the past 4 months, we've been out talking to lots of people across our city. We've held dozens of public meetings. We have walked door to door. We've spoken to business groups. We've talked to neighborhood groups. We've met with council members and mayors from all across our region, the cities and counties. And what we've tried to do is educate Nashvillians about gridlock, about the fact that it's only going to get worse. Now, last fall, we laid out a big, bold, comprehensive transit plan that will provide practical transportation options across our entire city. Now, that plan allows for more transportation options for our seniors. It reaches into the areas of our city that currently don't have service. It expands transportation options to our underserved areas. It also makes Nashville transit more affordable, and we know that we have to have that connection between transit and affordability, especially as it relates to housing. Those go hand in hand. We received a report yesterday from a task force that was led by our former mayor, Bill Purcell, as well as our Davidson County clerk, Brenda Wynn, and they offer some excellent recommendations for how we're going to support and protect all of our cost-burdened residents and our small businesses who are along these high-capacity transit corridors. This plan is going to help Nashville, and it's going to help us grow, and it's going to help us do that without leaving anyone behind. This investment in transit infrastructure is going to be the biggest project in Nashville's history. It's going to create significant economic stimulus, and it's also going to create thousands of jobs. We're going to make sure that those benefits get spread all around, and making sure that we're ensuring that minority-owned and women-owned and small businesses get their fair share of the work on these projects is something I've supported along with the council since its inception. My intent and my commitment is to meet and then to exceed the target of 30% diverse business participation in this work. And what we're going to do, that's pretty impressive, y'all. We're going to learn from our successes because we do have some successes out there on our past projects like the Music City Center, the Nissan Stadium, and we have to develop significant DBE efforts across our city like we've never seen before. We're going to start working now to make sure that we can build that business capacity that's needed to support that 30% target and to ensure success for this, but also for all of the future endeavors that come after us. We're also going to be focusing on job readiness to make sure that citizens are positioned to succeed in these jobs that we're going to create, both in the short term and the long term, because this is a historic moment and a historic investment in our future. We're going to have a project team with a dedicated team leader that's focused on diverse business participation and workforce development. We're going to be proactive about reaching out both to businesses and to individuals. And I'm also pleased to be joined here today by Beverly Scott. Beverly, where's Beverly? Beverly, don't be in the back. She is formerly the director of the Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority, and she has served in a transit leadership role in many cities. She's helped lead efforts specifically that increased both women and minority-owned members in the construction and operation workforce, and she has helped support women-owned, minority-owned, and small business contractors. We are thrilled to have you here.
And a 1972 graduate of Fisk University.
Yes, so she's coming home. As we continue to develop our program, we look forward to working with folks like Beverly to learn from best practices that our other cities out there have done so that we can make sure that our workforce and our contractor development programs are the best in the nation. Now, this transit plan addresses many questions I've gotten from citizens about our immediate needs and our plans for the future. And many of those citizens, and you'll just see what I mean in a minute when I say many, are the reason that we're standing here today. This is the reason that we're in the public square, outside City Hall, outside our courthouse, because these banners behind me that we're going to unfurl here in a second have the names of 30,322 people. They signed the petition. They signed the petition asking the Metro Council to put the transit funding referendum ballot on the May 1st election. Now, I repeat, 30,322, which is, just to be clear, more than 30,000 people, right? That's more. It's more than 30,000. Now, I want you to let that number sink in for a second. And let me put that in perspective for you. Back in the May 2010 election, we had a voter turnout of just 23,136 people. The capacity at Bridgestone Arena is 20,000 people. And more than 30,000, did I mention? More than 30,000 people, Nashvillians, signed on the bottom line to say that they want transit to be part of Nashville's future. So you can see where this is going. It's headed in the right direction. And these names that you're going to see here in a second, we don't see them first in our faces, are from every neighborhood, and they are from virtually every street across our city. This means that we have people in every neighborhood who are advocating for transit, and they're also talking to their neighbors to make sure that their neighbors know about this. Everyone in our city is tired of traffic, and gridlock is unacceptable, and we can all agree that sitting still and doing nothing is not an option. Hundreds of people came to the council chambers inside this building on Tuesday night. They lent their voices in support of this plan. They were students, they were business owners, they were families, they were construction workers, they were mayors of other cities, and community leaders and frustrated citizens. They came out in force not because this is my plan. They didn't come out here because this is the city's plan. They came out because this is our plan. This is Nashville's plan. And Nashville has put its mark on this plan 30,322 times. So this is our moment. We know it's our moment. We know that we have to invest in the future of Nashville. That means investing in transit. It means investing to make sure that what we're doing today lives on. That's the opportunity that I believe is in front of us now, and I think it's an opportunity that we can't let go. We cannot let this go past us. And the time to get started is now. I wish we'd started 10 years ago, but we didn't. Now is the time, because I think Nashville's ready. I know I'm ready. I know that the 30,322 people behind me are ready, and I think we can do this. So let's do this, Nashville. Let's move Nashville.